My next guest, Jeff Blackwell, works out of Auckland but is a legendary publisher worldwide, perhaps best known for a beautiful series of books, posters and greeting cards that featured photos based on themes of friendship, family and love. Now he's in the midst of a new publishing adventure at milkbooks.com. It's an arena we can all play in, putting together tailor-made books of your own pictures to create true family heirlooms. Hello Jeff, welcome to Let's Talk.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Now, I remember your books from standing in bookshops and seeing these beautiful weighty things with white covers with gorgeous photographs in them. This seems to be a completely different paradigm.
Well, it's a departure from what we've been doing. I've spent 25 years making coffee table books, beautiful art books and so on, and suddenly about 2 years ago the world changed, and the book industry, I think, has changed forever, in that people now seem more enthusiastic about buying books online than going into bookshops. And that means that the sort of books that I've been making are under threat, and so we're making less of them.
Oh gosh, so this is a big turning point for you, really. You must have had to sit down around a few board tables and think, where are we going to go from here?
Well, it's kind of exciting in a way, because you know, it's change. But I still think they have a place, you know, beautifully made books.
Yes.
And I still think a house with books is a richer place than one without. And it's really in response to that we've developed this new website that enables people to go online and make their own beautiful books, really in an effort to A, keep our business going, but B, really just to respond to this this trend that sort of could see beautifully made books disappearing, and we don't want them to.
It's a really smart move, isn't it? Because we're in an era when everybody's spending more time online and they love to be doing things themselves. And yet at the same time, I think there's this nostalgic hook back to wanting the tactile sensation of being you know, able to handle a beautiful book. And to be able to put your own stuff in it and present it to somebody, it's brilliant. Yes.
Yeah, well, technology is allowing people to do amazing things now. I mean, the new digital cameras are enabling people to be, you know, to take their photography seriously and make really beautiful pictures. And, you know, I want to do the same thing with books. I want people to be able to go online and design something really beautiful that really reflects their taste and their personality and their story, and that's what we've set out to do. Yeah.
Now, I noticed on your website you have a little tag called Inspiration, and you've got a really nifty video there talking about how it was your dad's 70th birthday, and, and tell the story.
Well, actually, it was the thing that really started this. My family and I decided to get together and make a book for him to celebrate his 70th birthday. He's a very kind of self-effacing guy who's never had a big birthday party. He's never been the centre of attention. He's particularly modest, and we just felt for, you know, this event, him turning 70, we wanted to actually let him know how much we love him, and we decided to collaborate on a book project, and he went off overseas and we broke into his house, Mum and Dad's house, and scanned their photos and put everything back the way it was, and we all made a page where we wrote something to him telling him how we feel about him, and we used the images to make a slideshow, and then on the day of his birthday we all got together and surprised him with this book and played the slideshow. And the old boy wept. I mean, we all wept. It was just this really beautiful moment. And I just thought, I mean, the thing, A, giving it to him was wonderful, but B, actually making it with my brothers and their wives and their kids and my family was a really rewarding experience.
And so I gather from what I've read online that all sorts of people can contribute to making one of these books. And you can also have a video right at the back of the book, which is the same thing.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, that experience, there were two things that we decided we really wanted to do. One, we wanted to help people to make books collaboratively. So if I start a book, I can now send a link through to my to anybody, up to 9 other people, and have them upload their photos and put their text in. And equally, we wanted to have video so that, you know, there are so many moments captured now on video that people could actually design a book and on certain pages have video floating on the pages on a digital version. On the printed book you just have a photo where the video is, but in the back of the book you get a disc and you can put it on your computer and turn the pages and on certain pages push play and away it plays the film.
It all sounds really expensive.
It's not actually. Well, if it's too expensive people wouldn't use it. So no, they range from sort of $34.95 type books through to the one that you've got in your hand there comes with a slipcase, so that's $75.
Right.
And they go up to about $200 for grand wedding albums, really.
Great big ones,
large
yes.
format,
Yeah.
13 by 11 inch books that come in cloth boxes.
Oh, I can see that being huge, because at the moment people spend a fortune, don't they, with wedding photographers sometimes having a special album made, and now they can have fun doing it themselves.
Yeah, the best bit is that you can be in control of your own
Yeah.
process, you know, that you can actually go online if you want to and make it really easily. And the technology enables you to be creative. You can choose your own fabrics and your own typeface and your own page designs and upload the images easily and start playing around.
Yeah, so each of these comes with a lovely designer fabric on the outside.
Yep,
together?
you can. There are, I think, 17 different fabrics that you can choose from.
Wow,
And on photo books, the images get embedded into the front of them, and these come in a range of sizes. There's sort of half size one, and then a large format version. All these our bespoke books, which are our special sort of fabric super duper versions that can be made either as memoirs or as bespoke photo books, and they come with a sort of slipcase and special sort of pre-populated editorial templates that help people to tell their stories.
And the really special thing is that you have the ribbon in the book too, a placement ribbon, which is nifty.
Well,
and
it's all just the little
they
details.
come also with this little, you can wind the thread around the button, which is a really special heritage touch, isn't it?
Yeah, we just wanted them to have those old-fashioned sort of little details that really count, that add up into being something that makes it really beautiful.
So the idea is that this is great for birthdays, like you did for your dad, or weddings, or baby books, or your cat and your dog, or your old 1960s Chevrolet, or whatever. You can make a book about anything. Yeah.
Anything that you want to use to sort of showcase your photos or to tell a story. I mean, I'm hoping that people will, particularly within families, that people will talk their parents and their grandparents into actually writing down their stories. I mean, we've tried to create editorial templates that make it easy for people to sort of shape a story. But I think I sort of really feel sad that my grandparents, I only knew 3 of my grandparents, and I adored all 3 of them. And there's so much about their lives that I don't know, and that, you know, I know the moments that I shared with them, but I'd actually love to have known what they were about when they were kids, and the experiences that shaped them into the amazing people they were. And I think it's kind of such an amazing gift to actually give to generations coming behind you, to actually record some of the things that have actually mattered in your life and the things you've cared about.
I think a lot of people might worry about how good technically their photography is to transport into print, but I did notice in one of the books you've got online that you've used old-fashioned black and white pictures taken 50 years ago, and the quality on those isn't hot. So presumably as long as you use them small enough, or you pick a template with small enough squares, that they'll print up fine.
If the image isn't good enough, if it's too small or it's grainy or whatever, we'll tell you. We'll give you a warning. But
you mean a little panel comes up on screen to say, sorry, this picture's not.
Maybe use it in a smaller size.
Yes.
But equally, if people just push ahead and use it, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I mean, a grainy photo is fine if that's all there is.
Yes.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've created design templates that are pretty fail-safe, so you can make a beautiful book. Whatever you put into the boxes, it's going to look pretty good. And if that's the best you've got, better to tell the story than worry too much about a little bit of sort of blur or grain on a photograph.
You'd probably have quite a good market in businesses too, wouldn't you, with people doing their 50th anniversary or whatever, or presentations to clients or whatever. I mean, it's got all sorts of possible spin-offs, hasn't it? Schools, fabulous for school reunion projects and things.
Anything really. I mean, it's anywhere where a book is potentially made, people can make a book.
So typically, how long does it take for I suppose it can take you months to put a book together.
I mean, we've designed it so that if you've got all your material together and you want to make a little 20-page photo book, you could do it, in about an hour. That would be, really easy.
And then how does the printing all happen?
The printing, basically, at the end of the process, you go online for free. You just go to the website and start making your book. And at a certain point, you've got to log in, and that's just giving us your details and saving the material. And you can come back and anytime, as many times as you want.
It just sits there until you're finished.
Yeah. And when you're finished, there's a button that you push that says pay and print. And we ask you for your credit card details, and depending on the sort of book that you've made, we tell you what it is.
And is there proofreading opportunity? Because everyone always gets things wrong.
Well, no, you've got to proofread it. You can proofread it online.
Before you do pay and print, you have to proofread.
There's a preview option that that allows you to really enlarge it and read it very carefully. But no, you've got to
make sure it's right.
Unfortunately, that's the deal. It's like, yeah,
Yes.
you've got to actually make sure that you've spelt your name right. But yeah, when you push pay and print, depending on where you are in the world, it takes between 7 and 12 days to get to your door.
Yeah.
So
you're looking for a global audience for this, presumably?
very much.
Good.
Yeah.
Export stuff out of New Zealand.
Yeah, no, we're launching it in English language markets this year, but within the next 3 years, we expect it's going to be in around 18 languages.
Wow.
So we're being pretty ambitious about it.
Good luck with it, Jeff, and thank you so much for coming in.
Cheers.